Welcome to day one of
dejunking.
Downsizing and dejunking. It's kind of weird to say downsizing because we are in 650 square feet right now.
Yep. Oh, we can always downsize.
But we're kind of feeling like we want to downsize.
I mean, we're about to go to like 65 square feet.
Really? I was thinking like 165.
No, like
It's kind of crazy.
11 by 6
So
roughly.
we got the kids all fired up and ready to get rid of toys, and they're kind of excited for it.
Yep.
We're looking forward to it because we're in
We
650
walked in and
square
Canyon
feet.
goes, all right, let's get rid of some toys.
He did.
I'm like, okay, let's do it.
They're like, Mom, we have 11 buckets of toys. I'm like, all right, we need 4.
Yep.
So we're gonna start. And because it's only 650 square feet, it's kind of easy to move around to different rooms. So we're gonna start with the kids' rooms so that we can do lunch and nap. And then we're gonna tackle our garage space. This is not our whole big garage. But our garage area, probably hunting, all camping stuff. And then
Which
we'll
we
work our
won't
way
get,
inside.
I mean, a lot of that stuff won't be, like, we won't
Yeah.
get rid of, but we'll probably have to put it in storage
Organize.
until fall, or like, you know, have it at somebody else's.
Yeah, and we'll probably keep a minimal amount of things with us.
Yeah.
And when we say downsizing,
Seasonal things.
when we say downsizing, it's because we're kind of feeling like van life is in our future.
That was the creepiest
Looks like I have no
smile
clothes
ever.
on, but I do have like, you know, a little bra thing. So here it goes, day one. Babe, how did downsizing a kid's room go?
It was pretty rough at first. Someone came in here, or went in there, and totally changed the game plan, took over and kicked me out. So that was great.
I wonder who that could be. Basically, I went in there and I was like, no. First of all, I was like, oh, what's what? And he's like, this is get rid of, this is keep. And the stuff that they had kept, I was like, this is not right. And he's like, yeah, it is. Canyon chose to keep these and not those. And so I came in, I was like, all right, we need one of each Paw Patrol, one of each car. He doesn't need to keep this because it's from McDonald's or something. I hate McDonald's toys because they just break, they're cheap, and they don't like go with anything. And so after a discussion, after we removed the kids from the room because they were digging and stuff while we were trying to downsize, and it was important to have them like pick and choose what they wanted to keep and what they liked versus not liked. But I was very much like, they don't really know what they're keeping. And so we ended up, Dan came in here because I looked up from one point and he was like all like mad. And I'm like, you can take the kids out and go. And this was like 10 minutes into organizing. Here we were so excited to like declutter and organize and get rid of. And then like 10 minutes in, we're in a bad mood. And so anyways, he was like, I want to help with this. I don't want to be like kicked out, but I just want you to understand that Canyon picked those ones that he wanted. And so I brought Canyon in here. I was like, do you want this one? Which is one that I set aside. And he's like, no. And I'm like, do you want this one? No. I'm like, do you want this one? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense. I mean, he did choose what he wanted, what he didn't. So here I was going to keep actually more than we really needed. And so, yeah, this is where we ended up. Date night's going to look a little different tonight because where are we going to go, babe?
Go check out some campers.
What? We're going to go look at a Class A and a Class C at Camping World. Camping World Stratford is the closest one to us here in Springfield. There may be stuff in the works for this fall for some RV life. We are really excited about it. We're finalizing details, but we want to go walk through these 2 rigs because to fit our needs, to fit our family, our stuff for traveling, we want to see which one would be best. And I'm so excited.
It's gonna be good.
Okay, before we go look at the rigs, I wanted to mention what we're taking into consideration. So we plan to travel while we build our house. I do content creation, so just need a place to work with my laptop and my phone. Dan has 2 hunting podcasts, so he needs a place for his soundboard and his mic. He has about 2 to 3 episodes he puts out a week, and so he needs a space for that where it doesn't have to be set up and tore down every single time because it gets annoying. And somewhat of some privacy and an area for the kids. So the Class C that we're looking at is a 2021 Thor Freedom Elite 30 FE, and it has the beds, or like over cab bed, is that what it's called?
Yep.
Where the kids would sleep. Has the dinette, couch, love the kitchen area, updated decor, and the bedroom in the back with the queen for us. But it does have a bunk towards the back, and the bottom has a dinette, which would be Dan's podcast area. So we'd remove the top bunk, have a curtain for it to close off on him so he could podcast, and then the kids would sleep over the cab. Now the Class A that we're looking at is a 2020 Thor Ace 33.1. Yes, I think I need a high five. And that one has the bed that drops down above. Can you put your hand here? There's like something glaring in my face. Thank you. It has the bed that drops down above the cab, so it's not like set there. So we'd have to remove like the kids' mattresses and stuff like that. And it doesn't have the bunk, but it has a little dresser area for Dan's podcast stuff. So let's see which one we like best. Oh my gosh, we're not even going to utilize all this.
That's more closet space than we currently have. Yeah, I think it's sweet.
King bed.
You're going to be driving, I'm going to be sleeping. It's going to be perfect. So I don't fully know my thoughts on the Class C, probably because we didn't get to see it. But the Class A was pretty sweet.
This is to be like a pun or a joke. The Class C. I didn't see it.
More like a class didn't see.
Yeah, we didn't see the exact make and model that we were wanting to look at, but it was one that was similar. So instead of the bunk, it just had the storage, like the closet area or wardrobe, I think they call it. But it had a dresser space for Dan to podcast. And layout wise, it was still good. It was still decent. It would fit all of our needs. Storage wise, we didn't look underneath much, but I've looked at a bunch of walkthroughs online. The kids would have a good space. I'm like having you in this clip and you're like picking your eye.
I had something in my eye.
The kids would have enough sleeping space above the cab, and you know, for the size, it has great storage. And so I feel like maybe even if we do go the Class C route, because it has the wardrobe and more storage, that would be good. It doesn't have the podcast thing, but if you're only using it for 3 hours a week, then you don't technically need the whole bunk space. I don't know. Class A wise, what do you think?
I think it was pretty sweet.
We really liked it.
There wasn't a whole lot about it that I didn't like.
Yeah. You can remove the couch, which I thought was cool because that is like an entertainment center behind there, or you can keep the little love seat sofa thing and have the 2 theater chairs. And so when people come over, when we're parked by friends. When you go over
and they get in.
Right. When we park by friends, we can like all come hang out and watch the game or like eat dinner together. I don't know. So we like that. And it's not like it was taking up too much space because it's just there. You know, the fact that the bed for the kids, it doesn't give much like sitting up room, but if they just are sleeping there, there's more room in the rig because it's a 34 foot that they would be able to play and maneuver. Pros, it had like not pocket doors, it had like sliding doors that lock, so a little more privacy. The Class C had like accordion style doors, didn't like that.
It had more closet space than we've ever had in any home.
Ever. great storage underneath on both sides. Dan has a ton of hunting stuff, and we're gonna be traveling and have hunting trips.
I think that's probably the only thing that I
Toys for the
didn't care
kids.
for about it is that it doesn't have full pass-through storage.
Yeah,
I mean, it
that is
does,
interesting.
but it's got like,
It's more like a coach bus, though. Is that typical for?
I don't know.
Maybe that's
I
where the
honestly don't
tanks
know.
are. The tanks are all there.
Yeah, maybe.
The whole water tank and all that. We're not familiar with the motorhome specs and all that. We're more travel trailer, fifth wheels. But altogether, we liked the Class A in this model specifically, the 2020 Thor Ace 33.1. So we're gonna say some prayers, make some calls, and see which direction we go. Babe, do you remember several months ago when we started downsizing at the farm and we talked about maybe going full-time RV and getting rid of everything?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, and then I remember you buying furniture every other week.
A table, a washer and dryer. Because we started looking at land and we were gonna buy and build, but the plans changed. So
I
now,
was like, do you think we should buy a bunch of furniture before we even have a house to put it in? And you were like, but we will really soon.
I know, I'm sorry. So now we're going through it. We're gonna do piles of house later, trash, donate, and RV. So should be a fun day. All right, we are done. We have stuff for the RV, furniture for the house, and storage for the house. Look how satisfying that is, babe.
That is so much
Feels
better.
so good. And not a coincidence, totally the Lord, while we were organizing, we got an email. Our RV is on hold with Camping World.
It's amazing!
We're so excited. They're gonna transfer it up to the Springfield Camping World, which is in Stratford, about 20 minutes from us. So all of this stuff will go in the RV.